Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? A little quiet in the group. I hope that a lot of you will be coming on to today's live on one of the topics that I think will interest you, which is building a personal brand. For a lot of you that maybe don't even know me yet, I'm Ilona Lopari. I am a career, business, and leadership coach. And I help women find fulfilling careers, start their businesses or grow them, and grow as leaders. So now that we have that introduction, I want to talk to you about building a personal brand today, because it's a pretty important topic. And I just wanted to share with you some tips that I think will help you in that establishment. Hi Anna, how are you, Anna? Thank you so much for joining live today. I'm looking also forward to meeting a lot of you and networking and getting to know each other and seeing how we can help each other and collaborate. So I want to invite as many of you over to come to these lives. Or maybe even take off the conversation on private message in order to get to know each other more. I would love to meet many of you and see what you do and see, like I said, how we can help each other and collaborate. So yeah, building a personal brand. Everyone has a personal brand, especially with today's highly driven technology world. Hi Claudia, how are you? Thank you for joining. Especially with today's technology world, everyone has a personal brand. So I just wanted to simply clarify for you on what that means. So personal brand is really how people talk about you when you are not in the room, or how people really perceive you. And a lot of times nowadays, with the advancement of technology and social media, we actually, people have their personal brands, and a lot of times they have their brands separate from their businesses. So you could have a brand personality in your company or in what you do. So let's say you're a coach, you have those services that you offer, so that's your brand. Then you have your personal brand, even though these two combine a lot of the times, because when you are, let's say, a coach, like many of you on the group, or maybe like myself, people know you personally, and that is how they relate to you and connect to you, and that's how they understand how is it that you can help them. So everyone has one. This is applicable for a career as well. Even if you're looking to grow your career, you also have a personal brand as to how the companies look you up as a candidate. Because every time you're going for an opportunity, I bet you the employers are looking you up on all the social media platforms to see what you're up to and to see if you're a good candidate for them to hire you. So it could be applicable on both sides, on both angles. So that always starts with the first step on figuring out who you really are and doing some personal development and doing some self-awareness and reflection of figuring out who you are, what you stand for, what are your strengths, what are those things that you are passionate about that you can work on. Because I've said it many times that it's so much easier to build on what you're strong at, rather than worry about fixing the things that maybe don't come so natural to you. I'm not saying that we shouldn't improve on our skills. We absolutely always should be learning and improving, but it's definitely much easier to build on your strengths. So if you have experience in a certain area, or if you are passionate about a certain topic or topics, those are things that you can draw on to figure that out. And especially as much as social media today has changed the way that things operate, It's also very crowded, right? I mean, I know a lot of you might be experiencing this. So let's say like in the coaching industry, there's lots of coaches out there. So it's also very crowded. So the only way that you're going to pretty much cut through the noise is in being yourself. I know it sounds cliche, but it goes down to that. So being your personality, being yourself, being authentic, showing off your personality and the things that only you are uniquely strengthened to do, that will definitely help more people connect to your message. And so figuring that out, being authentic, also doing the right thing at all times and giving your 100%. I know a lot of times, maybe if you're at the beginning of your career or even a business, starting a business, because maybe you don't have the traction that you're looking for, it's very easy to get discouraged, and it's very easy to just side skip a lot of things because you, at the back of your mind, you just don't think that enough people are watching, or why should you care, or why you don't believe that people care about what you have to say. So you have to do some thought work on the coaching side and figure out what are the thoughts that are holding you back, because those are very important into discovering why aren't you taking enough action in building or in starting to build your personal brand. So yeah, have a website, have a home where things will stay and where people can go to visit you, just like you have a home and you can have guests over. You want to have a home as a website or maybe a landing page. If you have a career, put your bio, all the things you do, any awards that you've achieved. Those always help in the effect of building your authority in whatever area you're choosing. So building that, have a website and a landing page is always good first steps. Have professional email address. Email is the way of the new world communication. So having a professional email is it's also very helpful. Hi Stella, thank you so much for joining. Stella Mercini, yeah. Claudia, Anna, thank you for joining. So yeah, and then niching down, right? So especially when you are first starting out, you need to niche down and figure out the small sample of people that are interested in what is it that you have to offer, or your area of expertise. So niching down is very important, especially at the beginning, because I think a lot of people, I mean, I made the same mistake when I first started out, that I'm like, I'm gonna serve everyone. Why do I have to pinpoint to just a certain group of people? And you know, that's a common mistake most people make, because like I said, that's a thought, it's logical, right? If you serve more people, then you're going to make more impact. But that's not how it works, especially at the beginning. You want to niche down to a specific audience that you're talking to, that you can speak to them and share your message. So, for example, I started out with I wanted to help women, but then I needed to niche down even more. So what type of women? What are the issues? What are the things that you want to do for them? You know, what is their status? What is their, where do they live? You know, what is their background? So you niching down is definitely something that's going to help you build a brand. And then there's other methods, obviously speaking, media engagement. It's big for your exposure, because you do want to expose yourself, obviously, in order to make an impact and get more people to know you and your brand. So media coverage, or even writing a book. Writing a book, it's a really good way, and not just a book on any topic, but a book on topic of your expertise. It's a really good way to help you build your authority and also open up more opportunities so that you can be seen as that authority in those in that particular area. So it really helps you to get known for for that thing that you want to be known for, because we all got to find that thing that we want to be known for. That's what's going to help differentiate you from the crowded market. And then sharing your story, consistency in your story and all your message is the last tip I have. So you want to share your story with everything you've gone through, your hero journey. You want to share your journey. How did you get into what you are doing today? What have been some of your challenges you had to overcome? What has been some of the skeletons in the closet? How did all of that help you get to where you are today? And knowing that part of your story is very, very powerful, because then that's how your audience will resonate with you. We resonate with personal stories. That's how we connect to people. So a story obviously is a very powerful way to build connections with your audience, and to start building your personal brand. So write it down, have some reflection moment, have a reflection or many, whatever it will take, to write down some of the most meaningful events in your life and how you're able to overcome them, and maybe some of the most meaningful things that happened to you to actually bring you where you are today. And that will be your story, and you will share that everywhere. And then, of course, you can tailor your story to whatever audience that you're speaking to, but the core of it will remain the same, because your story will always be your story. So that's all I had for you today. Hopefully these tips were helpful in building a personal brand. And like I said, I will be more consistent with my lives. And I will definitely like to get more of you involved, and to participate in the lives, and also, like I said, to just take on the conversation further, so then we can get to know each other a lot better, and seeing how is it that we can help each other and grow together. So that will be the ultimate goal. So thank you so much for your attention. I'll see you here next week.